Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and today we are going to use Lightroom from Adobe to see how we can do white balance. Here I have pulled up a picture of a friend of mine during a function. As you can see, the light background makes it extremely difficult to get a clear vision of the subject. However, we can use certain things in Light First, we're going to click on the option Develop, which is right next to the library at the top. And then we are going to go into some basic setups. Under the basics, we have this little Doppler, which is supposed to match the whitest part of the image and try to do some color correction. Generally, we would like to put it into the eye, and since we don't have a good white background there, we can try this one. This is not perfectly white, but his paper is white, so I think that's a pretty good option. So let's click on this as a reference white spot for us, and you can already begin to see beautiful change in the color. So let's look at here. This was before, and now this is afterwards. I'm pretty satisfied with this. One of the things I don't like in most functions is a light backdrop. I prefer to have royal blue shimmering backdrop where the entire face and the rest of the garments are highlighted, but when you have a very light background, that washes out the images and make the faces look dark. But if you have to work under those circumstances, you simply have to do some simple manipulation. If you had to work under certain circumstances, we have to learn how to do adaptations while taking pictures by increasing exposure compensation by 0.5 to 1 and see if it lights up the face. That's one way to do it. Or in post-production, using Lightroom, we can change this any way we want. In addition to doing the white balance, there are two other things I would like to talk about, and that is the exposure and contrast, which is under tone. So if I want, I can increase the exposure just a touch so the face lights up a little better. So that is about 0.24 here, plus that's 25% increase in exposure, and this is approximately 50% increase in exposure. As you can see, there is a substantial difference in the first image we saw and the image that we have gotten by increasing the exposure. We can also increase the contrast a little bit, about 10-15%, so that we see the facial features stand up much better compared to before. And here's before, this 0, and as you increase the contrast, you can see it makes the image a little bit darker, but at the same time you can see the facial features much better now compared to what it was when we started off. We can also change the temperature, that is going from blue to orange. Similarly, the tint going from green to magenta. But obviously, if we introduce blue, and you can see it changes the color to blue as the background, so I would rather just not do it. For practical purposes, I think just a little white color balance along with a slight increase in exposure and a touch in contrast can make a dramatic difference in the picture before and after. So let us see if we can bring up these pictures before and after. Before I do that, I would like to go and save this image as export this to the location and export this. So it has saved that image. So let's go back and locate these two pictures and put them side by side so you can see the difference. Now you can see this is the original picture, and this is a picture with some white balance and slight increase in exposure and a slight increase in contrast. There you have, ladies and gentlemen, before and after. That is how Lightroom can help us tremendously in making fine adjustments to pictures which look sort of mediocre to start with. I hope this has been useful to you, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you next time. I am Dr. NIK Nikam. Thank you so much for watching.